Let's make some guacamole. What you're going to need: some garlic, salsa, salt and pepper, onion, cilantro, lime, cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, avocados, of course. I always have my son make the guacamole. I don't know, it always tastes better when he makes it. Don't mind the dirty dishes. We're doing a lot of cooking today. So first you're going to pit the avocado. Best way to do it is slice it in half with a chef's knife, kind of cut into it. It digs into this hard seed to remove it from there. And then you're gonna just take a spoon and cut out the fruit to remove all of that delicious avocado. Now, when you're purchasing avocados, the key is to find one that is not too hard, but of course, not too soft. The softer it is, the more brown it's going to be inside. So you want something kind of in the middle. So here he's taking out all of that delicious avocado. He kind of takes the knife and circles around to get it in half, twists it around, does an X on the seed to be able to remove it easily. Once he's done removing all of the avocado from the skin, he's going to start chopping up his onions, chopping up the cilantro. Now, guacamole is a recipe that is something that is personal to you. So flavors are dependent on to what you like. If you enjoy less onions in your guacamole, don't put onions in there. If you want no tomatoes in there, then don't put any tomatoes in there. It goes to whatever flavor you like. And this is the recipe that my son makes that I really enjoy. So we're going to do it this way. And we're having low-carb enchiladas tonight, so this is a great addition to it. Now, the chips that are in here are not low-carb, but that's okay, as long as you don't have them in excess. And I believe this is the last avocado that he has to remove the flesh from. I guess that's what you say, from avocado, the flesh. I'm not sure. And he's going to start preparing all of the other items. Okay, here he is. Cleaning off the knife, getting ready to prepare his onions. You can also use different type of onions. This particular, I like the sweet onions. I cook with them all the time. The only time I really use yellow or red onions is if I'm looking for something to have a strong onion flavor. I like the sweet onions, so this is usually what we buy. So you remove
wrong container.
the skin from the onion. You leave a little bit of the root on at the end. It makes it easier for the onion to stay together while you're chopping it.
Oopsie.
Here he made a mistake and emptied it in the wrong bowl.
I'll cut it out.
Okay, you
Yeah,
just
just leave it in.
slice down, slice down, slice down. And you can chop to what you like as well. So if you like bigger chunks of onion, put bigger chunks. If you like smaller chunks, use a smaller chunks. You could also use a little chopper if you wanted it even smaller than that. I think if I were to pick any type of food that I enjoy the most, I would say I could have every day. I could have Mexican style food. can have Italian a little bit. I don't mind it. Not a big pasta fan, especially with keto right now. You can't really do that. You know, I'm not a big rice fan. So I want to say, if anything, you know, when I'm picking out, you know, ethnic foods that I enjoy, I really favor towards Mexican. But then again, I'm a spicy person too. So I like a lot of spices. I've heard from people that Indian food also is another a high spice food. I haven't had a lot of Indian food, so I couldn't answer to that. But I do enjoy Mexican food tremendously. So here he's taking the cilantro and he's slicing that up. I would say fresh cilantro is probably going to be the best for this. I don't really know necessarily if there is dried cilantro. Never tried it. I mean, probably could. I grow cilantro in my yard, but I've never dried it. I always have it fresh. So we don't have a mortar and a pedestal, so he's just using actually the pedestal from the blender over there and pounding it in to kind of smush the avocados up and to get it into a nice mixture, and then start throwing in the onions and the cilantro. Again, here too is another area that is to your liking. Blend, chop, mush to whatever texture that works for you. If you like a little more chunkier, then don't do it as much. If you like it very creamy, slap that baby into the food processor and let it whip up. If you like it in between, this is probably a good in between. So it's not too chunky, it's not too mushy, it's a little bit of both. One day I'll break down and get a mortar and pestle, but I already have 20 million kitchen gadgets as it is. I think my husband would really take too kindly me getting another. I think it just got rid of one of my bread machines that I don't even use anymore. People collect things in lives. Figurines, salt and pepper shakers, all kinds of stuff. I think I collect kitchen gadgets. That's my passion. So here he used about, I would say that's probably 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. He's going to take 1 lime, get it nice and soft, and give you some lime juice from 1 lime and add that in there to give it more flavor. Trying not to get the seeds in there. I think 1 slips by. The acidity of the lime juice gives it a really nice flavor when you're making guacamole. There, he's just using a spatula. Oh, there goes that 1 little seed that snuck through. And blending it in. And then he'll start putting in his dry seasonings in. Salt, pepper. And then you taste as you go, just like anything with cooking. You know, there's no harm in tasting what you're cooking, because how do you know if it's going to be good or not? So we're going to use some cumin.
Give me a shot and look so I can see what it is.
He put about a teaspoon in.
There you go.
He's putting some dark chili powder in there, a teaspoon of that as well. Now, I don't think he did what I would like him to do next time. Is I like smoked paprika, and about 2 tablespoons of salt is what he added in there. We used a kosher salt, a nice coarse salt, not a very fine one, but you could use either or. Teaspoon of black pepper. I think he actually adds that in a little later, a little bit more, just to give it more flavor. He didn't feel it had enough salt and pepper in it. Then he added 2 tablespoons of my homemade salsa. But you could use salsa from whatever, just to give it a little bit more flavor too. But I think next time I'm going to tell him he needs to put the smoked paprika. that has been, oh, I love smoked paprika. I could probably put that on just about anything. One of these videos, I'd like to sit there and make my own smoked paprika, but that's another thing that I'll try later on. So here, he's just tasting it. What does it need more? He's going to add more salt and pepper into it. I do love when my son makes guacamole. I don't know if it's because somebody else is making it or what, but I don't know. He's got a really good recipe that he does. And I've tried it myself, but it's just never the same. It's always good when he does it. And it's good for him to try cooking, and he enjoys cooking, so.
Good.
So now it's really hard to just taste it from a spoon. I think you got to go get a actual tortilla chip to really know if it's good. I think the combination of the crunchy and the salty chip really lets you know if this is guacamole. Here we go. Diving in. Right on that chip. Look at how delicious that is. My turn. You could probably just from the screen just to taste it. It looks so good. Well, thank you for stopping by The Busy Lady Life for this video of how to make guacamole. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you make some for yourself. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please watch my other videos for other recipes for keto, do-it-yourself projects, my furry babies, and adventures.